7 planes, 7 engineering marvels, one thing in common: they're all insanely fast. These light sports aircraft are revolutionizing personal aviation with speeds that were impossible just a decade ago. The winner on our list can fly from New York to Miami faster than commercial airlines while burning less fuel than your commuter car. And wait till you see the cockpit of number 5. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and if you have any thoughts about these marvels of aviation, well, leave them in the comments down below. 7. Flight Design CTLSi, the billionaire's first step into personal aviation. Let's talk about the Flight Design CTLSi, the perfect starter plane for tech billionaires who want to fly themselves instead of paying someone else to do it. This German aircraft is seriously changing how the ultra-wealthy travel, and for good reason. It cruises at 120 knots and can fly over 800 miles without stopping, which means you can easily take off from San Francisco and land in Las Vegas without refueling. What makes the CTLSi so special is that wealthy people are choosing it over traditional luxury. Instead of sitting in the back of a private jet with champagne, they're actually taking control in the cockpit. The plane costs $175,000, way less than the millions you'd spend on a private jet. But that's not what matters to these tech entrepreneurs. What they're really buying is freedom. The cockpit looks like something from a sci-fi movie with its Garmin glass panel system that shows real-time weather, terrain mapping, and flight data all on digital displays. It's basically like having the tech from a $3.5 million jet in an aircraft that costs less than a Ferrari. Silicon Valley CEOs and Austin Tech founders love that they can legally fly this thing after just 20 hours of training. That's because the CTLSi is classified as a light sport aircraft, which means you don't need the same extensive pilot certification as a large aircraft. The carbon fiber body makes it super lightweight but still strong enough to handle rough air better than those commercial planes the rest of us fly in. At just 1,320 pounds, it's like the difference between driving a nimble sports car versus a bulky SUV. 6. Pipistrel Virus SW-121, the eco-billionaire's status symbol. Speaking of lightweight aircraft, what happens when billionaires start competing over who can burn the least fuel instead of the most money? The Pipistrel Virus SW-121 isn't just turning heads. It's completely flipping the script on what counts as a status symbol among the ultra-wealthy. This Slovenian aircraft is basically the Tesla of personal planes. It sips just 2.6 gallons of fuel per hour while cruising at 133 knots. That's not a typo. This thing burns less fuel than most hybrid cars while zooming through the sky. For billionaires who want to flex their environmental credentials without sacrificing speed, the Virus is their new obsession. Here's the crazy part. Elon Musk, the guy who literally builds rockets and electric cars, took a test flight in one and called it engineering efficiency at its finest. When the world's richest tech genius gives your aircraft that kind of praise, people notice. The $200,000 price tag might seem steep for a light sport aircraft, but that's actually not why it's hard to get one. The waiting list for a Virus is now longer than Ferraris. Tech moguls and eco-conscious celebrities are willing to wait over a year just to join this exclusive club of efficient flyers. With a range exceeding 700 nautical miles, Virus owners can fly from New York City to Toronto without stopping for gas. The whole trip burns less fuel than the neighbor's SUV uses on a single grocery run. That's the kind of stat wealthy environmentalists love dropping at charity galas. The ultra-rich used to compete with gold-plated everything and private islands, but now, the real flex is showing how much you can accomplish while consuming less. The Pipistrel Virus isn't just transportation, it's a billboard that screams, "I care about the future," without saying a word. 5. Tecnam P2008, the Italian fashion statement with wings. From eco-friendly statements to fashion statements with wings. If the Pipistrel Virus is the Tesla of the skies, think of the Tecnam P2008 as the Lamborghini. Except this Italian beauty isn't grounded by traffic jams or speed limits. Ever wonder what a $189,000 flying fashion statement looks like? The Tecnam P2008 is where Italian design brilliance meets aviation engineering. This isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about making an entrance when you land at those exclusive private airfields in the Hamptons or Monaco. With its sleek carbon fiber body and smooth curves, it's basically the supermodel of light sport aircraft that cruises at 133 knots while turning every head on the runway. What makes the P2008 special isn't just performance, it's the insane attention to detail inside the cockpit. We're talking about hand-stitched Italian leather seats that would make Ferrari designers jealous, custom wood veneer panels, and personalized touches that scream luxury. Most owners don't stop at the base price. They drop another $50,000 on customizations like exclusive paint jobs and premium materials that match their supercars parked in the hangar. Fashion designers and Hollywood celebrities are obsessed with the P2008 because it's basically a flying fashion accessory. One fashion mogul even had the aircraft interior matched to his fall collection colors. That's commitment to the aesthetic. The cockpit layout is also super clean compared to other aircraft, with digital displays arranged in a way that's both functional and beautiful. The real flex of the P2008 isn't just looking good though. It's about experiencing true freedom. When you're cruising at 10,000 feet surrounded by Italian craftsmanship that rivals any luxury car, you're not just traveling. You're making a statement about your lifestyle choices. It's like wearing a perfectly tailored suit while everyone else is stuck in department store clothes. 4. VL3 Evolution, the billionaire's speed demon. True freedom isn't just about looking good at 10,000 feet. It's about getting there faster than anyone else. While the P2008 gives you luxury in the skies, the VL3 Evolution delivers pure, unfiltered speed that makes even supercar collectors feel that rush again. The Czech engineering marvel isn't just quick, it's insanely fast, cruising at 160 knots and maxing out at 200 knots. That's 230 miles per hour for those keeping score, faster than you'll ever legally drive that Ferrari collecting dust in your garage. The ultra-wealthy aren't competing with car collections anymore. Now it's all about who's got the fastest personal aircraft. Silicon Valley founders and Wall Street traders are specifically choosing the VL3 because the moment you push that throttle forward, you feel acceleration that pins you back in your seat just like a supercar launch. The power-to-weight ratio is absolutely ridiculous. For $250,000, you're getting something that outperforms aircraft costing 5 times more. That's less than a Lamborghini Aventador, but instead of being stuck in traffic with other millionaires, you're literally flying above them at speeds that would get you arrested on any highway in America. And there's zero traffic lights thousands of feet up. The cockpit is straight up fighter jet vibes with a side stick controller instead of the traditional yoke you see in boring aircraft. That's why self-made billionaires love it. It feels like you're piloting an F-16, not some basic plane. One crypto billionaire actually sold his McLaren collection after his first VL3 flight, saying, "Cars just don't do it for me anymore." 3. Blackshape Prime, the stealth wealth aircraft. If you think fighter jet vibes are impressive, wait till you see what's lurking in the hangars of billionaires who don't want you to know they even own a plane. The Blackshape Prime isn't just rare, it's practically invisible on social media for a reason. Only 30 people each year can join this ultra-exclusive club, where the whole point is that nobody knows you're in it. This Italian masterpiece slices through the air at 164 knots, wrapped in a sleek carbon fiber body that looks more like military hardware than a civilian toy. That's exactly why the real power players choose it. The Blackshape Prime doesn't scream, "Look at me," like other aircraft. It whispers, "I don't need attention," which is actually the ultimate flex. The Prime comes with an all-black stealth option that's become the signature choice among hedge fund managers and tech executives who deliberately keep their names off Forbes lists. These guys aren't posting their names on Instagram. They're literally paying $300,000 to not be seen. It's the aviation equivalent of a black Amex card that you never actually pull out in public. What's really wild about the Prime is how the seating is arranged. You sit in tandem like fighter pilots, one behind the other. Billionaire couples specifically request this setup because it creates this super intimate flying experience. One banking mogul told his dealer, "I don't want to sit next to my wife. I want her to feel like she's on a mission with me." The insane part is that most Prime owners have multiple aircraft but choose this one when they're headed to their private islands or secret business meetings. They'll literally park their $65 million Gulfstream and take the Prime instead because they know true power isn't about being spotted. It's about moving through the world undetected. 2. Shark UL, the engineering marvel that's redefining personal aviation. While stealth might be one game billionaires play, pure efficiency is creating a whole new status competition. The Shark UL from the Czech Republic is literally making tech billionaires sell their private jets after they discover what this engineering masterpiece can do. The carbon fiber speedster doesn't just cruise at 145 knots, it can hit a mind-blowing 186 knots in level flight. That's faster than aircraft costing millions more, but speed isn't even the craziest part. This thing can fly from Paris to London burning just 13 gallons of fuel. That's less fuel than your neighbor's Range Rover uses to get groceries. What's really turning heads in Silicon Valley isn't just the speed though. The Shark UL packs features you normally only find in jets costing 10 times more, like fully retractable landing gear that disappears into the fuselage and a variable pitch propeller that automatically adjusts for maximum efficiency at any altitude. These aren't just fancy add-ons, they're engineering solutions that directly translate to performance. The waiting list for the Shark is getting longer by the month because at $220,000, it's basically the aviation equivalent of getting Ferrari performance for Toyota money. One tech founder from San Francisco actually sold his $45 million Bombardier after testing the Shark, saying, "Why would I burn 400 gallons an hour when I can fly this thing myself and actually have more fun doing it?" What's happening with the Shark UL isn't just about transportation, it's a complete shift in what wealthy people value. Instead of the biggest, most expensive status symbols, they're competing for the most intelligent engineering solutions. The billionaire flex isn't just about having someone fly you around anymore, it's about owning the most efficient performance machine and flying it yourself. 1. Blackwing 635 RG, the ultimate billionaire's flex. If the Shark UL got tech billionaires excited, the Blackwing 635 RG is what keeps them up at night. This Swedish speed demon doesn't just break records at 200 knots, it's redefining what counts as a billionaire flex in ways that make private jets look almost embarrassing. The Blackwing cruises at 170 knots, but can hit 200 knots when pushed, making it faster during climb than a lot of the commercial planes you'd be flying on. The thing about the Blackwing that's absolutely insane is how it's made. We're talking about just 15 master craftsmen who spend over 2,000 hours building each aircraft by hand. That's almost a full year of work just to create one plane. Ferrari can't even touch that level of exclusivity. The entire aircraft is carbon fiber, but not the mass-produced kind. This is aerospace-grade material shaped by actual human hands, not machines. Rich tech guys are dropping $350,000 for the privilege of owning one, making it the most expensive light sport aircraft you can buy. And get this, there's still an 18-month waiting list. But these billionaires don't care because they're getting something truly one of a kind. The seats aren't just comfortable, they're literally molded to fit your body exactly. The avionics aren't standard either. Owners can customize every single detail of their cockpit displays and controls. This isn't just some fancy toy, it's basically the Patek Philippe of airplanes. When you own a Blackwing, you're telling other billionaires you've moved beyond just having money to understanding what actual craftsmanship means. One venture capitalist who owns both a Gulfstream G650 and a Blackwing said he gets more respect from serious pilots when he shows up in the Blackwing because anyone can buy a jet, but not everyone can fly one. What separates billionaires from millionaires isn't just the size of their bank account. It's how they approach freedom. These 7 aircraft reveal a massive shift in how the ultra-wealthy travel. They're ditching their massive private jets where they sit in the back like glorified passengers and instead taking control of the cockpit themselves. The real flex isn't having the biggest plane money can buy, it's having the skill to pilot these engineering masterpieces personally. While most people are stuck in TSA lines, these light sport aircraft owners are experiencing a kind of freedom that even first-class tickets can't buy. The wealthy elite are redefining luxury as personal control rather than passive comfort. They're choosing engineering excellence over size, efficiency over excess, and the thrill of piloting over being piloted. Hit subscribe to see more ways billionaires are changing what luxury really means, and check the description for a complete breakdown of each aircraft and where you can see them in person. The skies are changing, and the ultra-wealthy are leading the way.